Hello friends, welcome to the Textual Education. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn the JDBC concept. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. In this tutorial, we are going to learn JDBC connectivity with MySQL database. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. And what is JDBC? JDBC is an API to connect database through Java with the help of database drivers. JDBC is a standard Java API for database independent connectivity between the Java programming language and a wide range of databases. That means we can connect with multiple databases like MySql, Oracle, Postgres, SQL Server, etc. with the help of JDBC connectivity. Now, what we will learn in this tutorial series, we will learn how to install XAMPP application software for MySQL database. XAMPP is an application software that will facilitate to us to MySQL database and Apache server and lot more things. But in our case, we will work on MySQL database and Apache server. We will in this video series we will learn how to create database and tables using XAMPP server. We will learn how to connect XAMPP MySQL database with our Java code. Using Java, we will learn CRUD operations like insert, update, delete, search records in database. So, let us take a look on common JDBC components. What are the JDBC components? Components are the classes that are used to connect database and working with database. The JDBC API provides the following interfaces and classes. The driver manager. This class manages a list of database drivers. It is used to establish a database connection. Driver manager class is used to connect with database with the help of drivers. And what is drivers? This interface handles the communication with the database server. What drivers do? It handles the communication between database servers. And the next is connection. This interface with all methods of connecting a database. The connection interface represents the connectivity between the databases. All communication with database is through connection object only. Statement. What is a statement? You use objects created for this interface to submit the SQL statement to the database. A statement is used to invoke our queries, SQL queries with database. And what is prepared statement? Prepared statement is an interface or sub interface of statement. It is used to execute parameterized queries. What is parameterized queries? We will learn how to pass parameterized queries in MySQL database. Or we can say SQL. SQL is a structured query language. Every database supports SQL queries. And what is result set? Result set is a container that holds the number of records specified in queries with the help of our queries. These objects holds data retrieved from a database after you execute an SQL query using statement object. It acts as an iterator to allow you to move through its data. And the next is SQL exception. This class handles all kinds of SQL exception, and there is lot more components, but in our case we are learning these components. And let's take a look. DB setup steps, how we can connect with our JDBC connection with MySQL. First, register the database driver. We have to register the database driver. Then we have to create a connection object. Connection object means Java to database connection object. Then we have to create a statement to execute SQL queries. Then execute queries. And the last is we have to close the all database connection. Otherwise, we will face the issue related to database. And what are the requirements? You must be aware some basic knowledge of SQL Server, SQL queries, and XAMPP server or MySQL database installed locally or remotely, and you have the credential of that particular database. And the most important thing is JDBC driver for a particular database. Suppose we are going to here MySQL database connectivity, so we are using here MySQL connector.jar file, and the connection strings of your particular database. Every database have different connection strings. In MySQL database cases, MySQL driver will be com.mysql.jdbc.driver or com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. In and the URL will be jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost. Localhost means if the database is installed locally to your system. Otherwise, the IP of your database or host name of your database, and the port name of your database, and the DB name of your database. And the next is the database username and the database password. So this is requirement for the connectivity of MySQL database. Now we will learn in this video the XAMPP setup, how we can download and install XAMPP setup. Then we will learn how to create database in XAMPP. Then we will learn how to create tables, and we will learn how to insert record in MySQL database, how to fetch all records from my database, how to fetch a specific record from my database, how to update a specific record, how to update all records, and how to delete records. In this, we will create an EMPDB database and an employee table. Okay, and we will learn the CRUD operation. What are the CRUD operation? Those are insert employee object. Employee means we are using an employee table. We will use employee table in this video series. CRUD operation of employee table are insert employees, get all employees, get specific employees, update employees, and delete employees. So in this learning video, we will learn how to connect Java code with MySQL database. So this is the basic overview. You must be aware about these statements and the steps what we have to follow to connect with our database. Always first we have to make a connection object. In connection object we have to register the driver strings, and we have to import a database connectivity jar file. Then we will create a connection object, statement object, result set object, and do our operation. At last we have to close the connection. Otherwise we will face some slowness issue in DB side. Okay, good. That's it for now. See you in next tutorial. Thank you.
Okay, let's install MySQL server. Open the browser and type xampp download. Click on first link, then click on download button. 64-bit xampp will download after some time. After download, double click on the downloaded file and install the process by next. After installation, double click on your icon and this kind of window will come. Then start the Apache and start the MySQL tab. After that, click on admin button of MySQL. This is the dashboard of MySQL. Good. Now let's create our database first. Click on new option. You will receive a text box. Type here your database name. These are my database which I have created already. I am typing here xampp.db.create. Okay, in my database it is already created, so I am not creating, but the process is same. After creation, click on your database and we are going to create a employee table. We have already, so I am going to drop this. Now create again. Click the database option and in text box type the table name like employee and number of columns that will table contain. It will take some time to load the fields. Now the name represent the column name and type, what is the type of that particular column, then what will be the length of that column. Now we are creating the ID and this is by default auto incremented. Okay, now let's move to our second column. Second column name is name and type is varchar and the length of that column is 50 characters. Now create our next column name, that is department. Type is varchar and the length is 20 character. Next is salary, the type is integer. Okay, if we have to add a new column, then here type the column number which you want to add. I am going to add a column, so type here 1 and go. Type here your column name, sorry, that's it. Now save. Your table is created now, so we are going to use this database xampp.db and the table name is employee to our database connectivity with Java. I hope you understand how to download the XAMPP server and installation process and how to start and how to create database in XAMPP server and tables. Your XAMPP server must be running with MySQL and
Thanks for watching. Kindly hit the like button, subscribe our channel for future notification. Bye bye. See you in next videos.
hello friends, welcome to the textual education. In this video we are going to learn the first step of CRUD operation, that is insertion of record in MySQL database. So let's get start. Click on file option, select the Java. Next, give the project name MySQL demo. and finish your project. Done. See, this is simple Java project. Now create a class by name connection provider. This class will provide the connection object from MySql database. Okay. Now public static connection okay, we have to add the dependency of MySql. So right click on project, properties, library and add jar. Here I have downloaded the MySql connector jar files. You have to download this MySql connector.jar file and select that next. Now import the package java.sql.connection. Now connection object is created. Now we have to declare the connection strings that we have learned in the introduction part. Okay, so this is the MySql driver name. Now next step is public static string URL, MySql URL name. This is the URL name. I have installed locally, so I am using localhost. If you have installed in another machine, so you have to put the IP address of that particular machine at localhost and your port and your DB name. EMP-DB is a database name that we have created in our local machine. So this we are using in entire tutorial series. Next step, create user. By default the username is root when I was installed this XAMPP server, and password is not set. Now let's create an method that will provide the connection object. Public static connection get connection. This will provide the connection object of MySql. Now display the exception if come. Now first we have to register the MySql driver. So class dot for name, here your driver name. You have registered the driver, then we have to make the connection. So con equal to driver manager dot get connection. There is a lot of methods. We are using this one that will contains the URL and the username and the password. That's it. Now return the connection object. That's it for the get connection method. This will provide the connection object. Now the next method we have to create to close the connection objects. We have to close the connection object every time when they are not in use. So let's create a method by name close JDBC connection. Here we will pass the parameter connection object, prepared statement and result set. We will use this method while we are inserting, fetching, updating, deleting any kind of records. So this will be the common method that we will use to close the JDBC connections. Okay, so here print the exception if any exception caught. Now check the connection is null or not. If the connection is not null, then close the object. Next, check the prepared statement. If PST is not null, then close the PST. Next, check the result set object. If RST not null, then close the result set. So this is done. The connection provider class is created. This class will provide the connection object. Now let's create a DAO operation class. This class will contain all CRUD operations like insertion, updation, deletion, search. So let's create a method by name public string save employee. Here we will pass the details of employee like employee name, employee department, employee salary and employee contact number. Always use try and catch block to stop the unbreakable code. Now create the connection object first. Connection variable. Okay, the return type is string, that's why here I am creating the res object. Now the step is create the connection object, connection variable. First we will create the connection object in try catch block. Connection con equal to null, prepared statement PST equal to null, string query. Here we have to type insert query. You have to get some basic knowledge of MySql, how to insert a record with the help of insert query. Here is our database name DBEMP and the table name is employee. These are the fields. These fields must be same to define here. That is name, department, salary, mobile number. Here we are not defining the ID because ID is auto incremented that we have set up in our project setup tutorial. Okay, now the values 4 question mark. This is the parameterized queries that we are using prepared statement. So we have to set the variable for this. There is 4 question marks. So first question mark represent the name, second question mark represent the department, let's create an connection object con equal to connection provider dot get connection. This will provide the connection object. Now the next we have to create the prepared statement object PST equal to con dot prepare statement. Here we have to pass our query. Now we have to set the parameters. First question mark set the name PST dot set string 1 comma name. The next is PST dot set string. Here we have to pass 2 at the second position, department. Now the third is salary PST dot set int, third salary. Now the last contact PST dot string 4 contact number. Now integer x PST dot execute update. Execute update method is used to insert a record in database, and that will return the number of rows that we that insert. So if the x is greater than 0, that means it is inserted the record successfully, we are returning the success from here, else we are returning fails. This is done, all done for now. These are the parameterized query. Here we have created the connection object, then we have created the prepared statement, then we set the parameters and execute the query. Okay, now let's test our method. Create an object of dboprs class, oprs equal to new dboprs. History, save status equal to oprs dot save employee, and pass the okay, all done for now. Let's check the records. The employee table is empty for now. Let's run our project. Right click on project, run file. Output, what is this? Okay, the MySql JDBC driver is deprecated, so we have to use the pom.mysql.cj JDBC driver. No problem, we have to replace this with our driver class. Copy this and go to connection provider and replace here. Done. Save your code and go to your MySql demo and rerun your class. Yes, status is success. Now the record is inserted. Let's check with DB. Click on employee table. Record is came here. Here we have not saved ID. ID is auto incremented. Let's save another record. Change the data. Shyamchandra and the department, sales. Let's run the project. Yes, this is saved. Now check again the data. Shyamchandra, department is sales, salary, your contact number is same. So the insertion of record in MySql database with JDBC connectivity we have learned successfully. Here we have created the connection object and close JDBC connection. Okay, we forget the closing the connection object. Now in finally block, close your JDBC connection. Finally connection provider dot close JDBC connection, and here pass the your connection objects. JDBC connection object, connection, prepared statement, result set if used. All done. Now let's save another record. Kamal Chand, operations. For saving this record, your database must be running. So always start your XAMPP server and MySql and Apache server from XAMPP that we have learned in the project setup, MySql setup tutorial. Check data again. Yes, Kamal Chandra or OPRS. Now this is working fine. See you in next video. Thank you. Friends, welcome to the Textual Education. This is a video series of Java database connectivity with MySql database. In this video, we will learn how to fetch data from database. So now let's get start our video. Open the DB operation class and create a method by name public void get all data. First we will fetch all data, then we will learn how to fetch a specific data from database. Create a try catch block. I'm always use try catch block first before writing any code. So this is the best practice to get the exception or prevent your code from breakable condition. That's it. Now the first step is we have to create a variable of connection object. Now create a connection variable, then prepared statement variable, then result set variable. Result set is used to store the data in it in the row column format, and the string query. Here we will pass our query, MySql query. Type here select star from employees, employee, emp.employee. empdb is our database name and employee is a table. Now the first step is creating connection. So con equal to connection provider dot get connection, then prepared statement object pst equal to con dot prepare statement, pass here your query, then result set rst equal to pst dot execute query. Let's check the result set object. If rst not equal to null and rst dot next, that will ensure you that the result set object contains the data. Next method moves the cursor to the first row of selected data. So let's apply a loop here. Do while loop rst dot next while condition. Here we will fetch column name one by one. So name equal to rst dot get string. Here you have to pass your column name that are in our table. Now the next display department equal to rst dot get string, pass the parameter name as department. These are the column name that are in your table. So column name must be same here that you are fetching with queries. The next step we will display the salary. rst dot get string salary. Now the next system dot out dot println mobile number, rst dot get string mobile, and this is the column name in our table. Now next create a row separator that will help you to differentiate the records one by one. Okay, this method will fetch all records. Now close the JDBC connection in finally block. Connection provider dot close JDBC connection. Sorry. Okay, that's done. All done. Let's check. Okay, this is query hour. Now first we create the connection object, then we create the prepared statement object, then result set. With the help of result set we apply a condition that result set must not be null, and the result set dot next. And here we apply the loop, do while loop, because the cursor is moved to the first row due to next method call. Okay, name, these column name must be same as your in table. Let's test our code. DB OPRS object is already created, so we will use this OPRS dot get all employees. Now run your project. Here you can see we have fetched all data from our table. These are the 4 records that are available in our table, MySql table. Okay. So this is the process how we can fetch data from MySql database. Let's check the data. These are the records that are available in our employee tables. Okay. So this is the process how we can fetch all data from our database with JDBC connectivity from MySql. Now we will learn how to fetch a specific employee data from table. Create a method by name get employee by ID in our DB OPRS class. Here we will create a logic to fetch a specific employee record. Create your try catch block and print the exception if occurred any. Now the steps will be same. Let's create an object. Create a variable first for the connection. Connection con equal to null. Prepared statement PST equal to null. Result set RST equal to null. String query. Here we will type a specific query. Select star from empdb.employee where ID equal to ID which we have passing here. Now done. So let's create a connection object. Con equal to connection provider dot get connection. PST equal to con dot prepare statement and pass your query. RST equal to PST dot execute query if RST not equal to null and RST dot next. Here okay, we forgot to apply the else block. If the record are not found, no data found. If record found, then this will display all records. If data not found, this will display no data found. Also applying here. Now you can copy the code from above. This is the same code. That's why you can copy here and paste it here. Now done. Save your code. We will call get employee by ID method and the process will be same. Create your connection object, then prepare a statement, then result set, then apply your condition, then print your records one by one, and this is the exception block if any occurred. Now let's close the connection object in final if block. Every time it is good to close your connection in final if blocks. because finally blocks executes every time. Now let's test the method that will fetch a specific record from our database. Now OPRS dot get employee by ID. Here we pass your ID. This is a parameterized method. Now run a project. Done. The ID 1 belongs to Ramcharan. So this is the how to fetch specific record from database. Now change the ID 2 and the second ID record. Now change the ID 3. Run your project again. Shyamchandra. Good. This is working fine. So this is the process how to fetch all records from database and how to fetch specific records from database. Everything depends on the query. Whatever query you pass, you will fetch that kind of data from your database. So thanks for watching. We will see you in next video where we will learn how to update record in MySQL database. Hello friends, welcome to the Textual Education. This is a video series of JDBC connectivity with MySQL database. In this video, we will learn how to update MySQL data from JDBC connectivity. So let's get start. Open your DB OPRS class. Create a method by name public void update employee. Here we will pass the salary with employee ID. Now create a try catch block. Display the exception here. Now create a connection variable, connection con equal to null, then prepare a statement object, est equal to null, string query equal to your update query update empdb.employee set salary equal to question mark where id equal to question mark. Now the step is create the connection object con equal to connection provider dot get connection, then prepared statement pst equal to con dot prepare statement, pass your query here, pst dot set integer first salary. Here we are adding the salary to update the record, empid. Okay, we have to change that variable type. Now integer x equal to pst dot execute update. The execute update return will the updated record value. How many records are updated, that will store in integer x. Then we can check if the x is greater than 0, that means it is updated some records, so we will display data update successfully, else system.out.println unable to update data. finally block, close our JDBC connection, connection provider dot close JDBC connection. Here we will pass our JDBC connection object, prepared statement, result set. If we are using, here we are not using the result set object. These are the steps. Declare the connection variable, prepared statement variable, then query, then create a connection object, then prepared statement object, then set the parameters sorry, then execute update statement. On the basis of result we can apply the condition. Now let's test the code. We have already created the object of dboprs class. We just call oprs dot update employee. Here we will pass the salary like 45,000 and employee ID is 1. We are updating here employee who have ID is 1. The salary would be 45,000. Okay, now run your code. Data updated successfully. Done. Let's check in table. Refresh our table. Yes. See, the Ramcharan whose ID is 1, the salary is updated successfully. Now let's update the 4 ID person and change the salary amount. Run a project. Data updated successfully. Done. Let's refresh the table. Yes, that's it. This is the process how we can update the records from JDBC connectivity. I hope you learn successfully. Your task is update salary by mobile number. This is done for now. Let's see you in next video. That will be the how we can remove the data from the database. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till keep learning, keep growing, keep practicing. Bye. Hello friends, welcome to the Textual Education. This is a video series of JDBC connectivity with MySql. In this video, we will learn how to remove data from MySql database using JDBC connectivity. So let's get start. Open your dboprs class. Now create a method by name public void remove employee, and here we will pass a specific ID to remove a particular record. Now create a try catch block. And display the exception if any occurred here. Now create a variable for connection object. Connection con equal to null. Then prepared statement tst equal to null. Then query string query equal to delete from empdb.employees where id equal to question mark. This is a parameterized query. And create a connection object con equal to connection provider dot get connection. Next tst equal to con dot prepare statement. Here pass your query, then set the parameter tst dot set int. First we have only one parameter and comma id. Then integer x equal to pst dot execute update. Check the condition. If x is greater than 0, that means it is updated the record, else not unable to update any record. Here we will show a success message that data is removed successfully. Now close the connection in finally block. Finally, here we will use connection provider dot close JDBC connection. Done. So here this is the method, and here it will accept a employee ID. This is the connection strings. Okay, we have created the connection object, then prepared statement, then set the parameter as query, then execute update statement. On the basis of that, we have displayed a particular message. Okay, that's it, done for now. Let's test our method. EMP OPRS object is already created. We have to use that one. OPRS, let's comment it first. OPRS dot remove employee. Here we are passing employee ID 1. The employee whose ID is 1 will be removed from our database. Let's check the data first. One is Ramcharan. Now let's run our project. Right click, run your file. Data removed successfully. Now check the data. Yes, the employee whose ID 1 is removed from our database. Done. Now let's change the ID to 3. Run it again. Oh, there is some error. Run it again. Data removed successfully. Now let's check in database. Refresh your table. Yes, the employee whose ID 3 is removed successfully. So we have learned how we can save data in database, how we fetch data from database, how to fetch in particular data, how to update data, how to remove data. So this is the process to connect JDBC connection from MySql data.